Okay, so let me just quickly go over the trade I took today. I just exited it right now off of this candle at break even. The reason I broke even early on this trade was because, well, number one, I already de-risked. I was only risking 2 contracts instead of 3, so less than 0.5% on this trade. And the reason being is because we're in such a premium right now. But my model did present itself, so I wanted to enter. Now, the reason I didn't break even here, and I just chose to break even here, was because we're chopping around my entry once again, which happened all last week, and I just didn't really like holding trades like that. And number two, we're creating a lot of we're creating a lot of low resistance liquidity here. Like if you go to the 1 minute, I don't know, I don't really like this build up, like how we're slowly chopping higher. I feel like that could lead to some demolition lower, which I just don't like. So it's chopping right now. It could really go either way. Now let me explain why I entered. So the daily, we're obviously bullish at this point. Like we had such a nice bounce off this daily fair value gap. We just moved so much over. We just moved so much overnight last night. We haven't even come back into like a 4-hour fair value gap yet. We left a few, but we haven't come back to trade inside of any. Oh, hang on. I want to point this out because this would have been potentially my break even. But it was a target I wanted, and I was just targeting a little bit above for a 1-to-1. But I wanted to see us trade into this 4-hour fair value gap, which, as you can see, created an equal high right now. So that was even more of a reason for me to like this trade, because we created an equal high with that fair value gap, which was my initial draw. If you go to the 15-minute, you'll see we did leave this 15-minute fair value gap unfilled, which is a bit of a concern. And part of the reason why I exited early, because with that low resistance liquidity it was forming, and the fact that we haven't touched this yet, and the fact that we're in such a premium, I was like, I'm good, man. I'm like, I'll get out. And obviously we're just, again, look at the 5-minute. We're just chopping sideways right now. But we had a really nice sweep on the 5-minute, which tapped into a 5-minute/15-minute fair value gap. And then off of that, we had this nice 1 minute, which honestly, with a market order, wouldn't have been a bad play. And I wouldn't even say this would have gone against my model, because technically, I mean, I don't know. Technically, it was just such a quick reaction in a V shape that I would have honestly not been afraid to take this. I just caught it a little late, but I was ready for the limit order. We just didn't get it. We ended up coming into here first, so I didn't get in with a market order. Now the 2-minute was the next one that it left, and this was the highest time frame for value gap in the leg that we inversed. Initially, I didn't want to get into this at all because I noticed that we kept pushing higher and took this high here. But someone pointed out, and I'm in a Discord, but someone pointed out in the Discord, and rightfully so, this is more of an internal high that I would break even on the 1-minute time frame. But since I'm entering on the 2-minute, this really, I mean, you can consider it an internal high. You can, but it's up for interpretation. It's a little subjective, not objective. And so yeah, that was another reason why I was a little hesitant to get into this trade, but I did, because technically I guess this wasn't an internal high on the 2-minute. You can decide for yourself. And so yeah, once we traded back into here, this is when my limit got filled for this inversion fair value gap. And yeah, we just chopped around my entry for quite some time, created some low resistance liquidity as we were chopping higher here, which I didn't love. And yeah, that is why I exited early. Looks to be the right decision so far. Who knows? Again, we're just chopping around, so we could end up hitting my break even and then hitting my take profit. But it's a no news Monday. We pumped really heavily overnight. Like, let's see how many points we moved overnight. I won't even account for this candle. I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong I'm using the wrong thing. Where is this? I don't have this thing. Here we go. Moved almost 200 points overnight, arguably 200 points overnight if you count this candle. And on top of that, we moved a lot. Once we opened, we moved a lot to the upside and really had no pullback. And yeah, again, looks to be like I made the right decision so far. Who knows? Maybe this ends up just being a heavily drawdown trade, and it would have hit. We won't know until stop loss gets hit or TP gets hit. But yeah, that was my reasoning for it. I'm most likely not going to re-enter in anything today. I do see us maybe, at this rate, trading back into this 15-minute, which, unless there's some SMT that I'll look at, the fact that we left this as an equal high above, and, we're still bullish. We're just potentially coming back into this 15-minute. If it gives me an entry, I would consider it. It's getting a little late in the session. I'll trade until 11:30, so. But yeah, that was the setup. So I followed my model. It was a little bit more of a subjective trade in terms of like whether or not you thought it hit break even before you entered and whether or not you should place a limit. And so I chose to. And then, yeah, I thought I played this well. I de-risked anyways. So even if I were still in this trade, I wouldn't be losing too much. If it does end up hitting our stop loss. And again, I made sure to manage my risk, so and follow my model. So we're good. Let's see what this does. Maybe we come back into the 15-minute, maybe we don't. And yeah.